Evening, little A.
Hi.
Tonight we're going to have a little look at something called, well, sustainability. It's a very big word, isn't it?
I've
Sustainability.
heard of it.
No way.
Here.
Go on, tell me about sustainability then.
Sustain
Hmm.
is a word,
Very
and
good.
ability is a word. And ability might be strength, speed, including velocity, momentum.
We're going off the topic. Sustainability is us being able to keep things as they are, right? In other words, to be able to have enough food to feed us, in order to have enough oxygen to breathe, in order to have, everything as it is, as it should be. All right. So that's what we can have a little look at. Um, the first thing that I want to look at is how we can make sure that we don't run out of certain things that we eat. If we have a little look here, this will scare you. Let me show you this graph. Now, this is a graph which shows how many people live on the planet, right? So it was there, 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 it was there. Okay.
Hmm?
And then this is when Jesus was born. That's when the Battle of Hastings was. That's when your Fire of London was. And then just in the last recent time, look how many people we've got, right? So, we've too many babies. It's going crazy. So we've got a problem, haven't we? Because we've got to look after the planet. And we've already looked at things like the greenhouse effect. We've got to make sure that we've got enough things like, say, fish. That is a picture of a fish. What do you think, Alvin?
I rate it, how should I say it? 100 out of 10.
Oh, thank you very much. It's a fine fish. What we can do is we can make rules, if you like, about when people go fishing, because it used to be the case when I was a little boy, I used to get my fish and chips and it was very, very cheap. We'd have it twice a week. And my gosh, it was tasty. I know you don't like fish, but it was really good. Um, Nowadays, less fish stocks. We talk about stocks, meaning how many there are. And so what we have to do is we introduce what's called quotas. And a quota just says that a country can only fish for a certain amount, get a certain amount of fish. Does that make sense?
Mm.
So, I might set a quota on the amount of time you're allowed on your iPad, for example. Make sense? All right. Another way in which we can protect the numbers of fish is we can have large nets being banned. So you just have smaller nets. Obviously, then you catch smaller fish or catch less fish. Or have the net mesh size smaller. Now have a look at this. Or
That looks
bigger,
a
I
bit
should
like
say.
air crossing each other.
Does a bit.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a part of a net. And here we've got my fish. And my fish is like swimming along and it can't get out, can it? Here
No.
it can't get out either. But it's got babies, right? Now
Yeah.
here, the babies also are stuck. They can't get out. And the trouble with having those small net sizes or small mesh sizes is that then the babies, which we don't even want to eat, get caught with the adult fish as well. Now, if we had big net sizes, look, big mesh sizes, they can swim out, can't they?
Yeah.
Make sense? And so the large fish are still trapped, they can't get out. And so the fish that we want to eat aren't affected, but the babies can go on and grow and become bigger and have their own babies and stuff like that. And that's one way in which we could control, fish stocks. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
We can also be very careful about the farming techniques that we use. Do you remember that we did like food chains? Yeah.
Yeah. So like
Go on.
so like B eated A, C eated B,
That's right.
G eated B, Z
All right.
eated A.
Well, let's do that then. Let's imagine we've got a whole chain here, and I'll get rid of the grass because I think you're right. A and B is easier. If we have fewer stages in this food chain, then since energy, if you remember, is lost at each stage, if you've got fewer stages in a food chain, that means that you waste less energy. And so one of the ways in which we can sort of look after the amount of energy, the amount of food and stuff like that, is by trying to farm in such a way that we have fewer of those stages in the food chain. Food security is having enough food to feed the population. That's sort of what we're getting at here, really. Having that food security. If something is secure, Alf, what does that mean?
That means safe.
Yeah, safe. So we're safe in terms of the amount of food we've got. Um, and there are all sorts of ways in which we can make things safer. One of the ways is we were talking about the food chains. Let's say we've got A goes to B, goes to C, B goes to D, and D also goes to E, and it goes to F. C comes from G. Right, this is getting quite complicated now, isn't it? D, H, and so on. So this that I've drawn here has got lots and lots of different species. Okay, so we've got lots of different types of creature. Make sense?
Mm.
We would say that it is biodiverse.
Itty.
We'll get rid of the itty bit, but it's biodiverse. Biologically, in terms of the living things, it's diverse. There's a big range, a big spread of things. You compare that to, say, just A goes to B goes to C. Yeah?
Yeah.
That's not biodiverse, is it? And you're right, we want to maintain biodiversity. We want this where we've got lots of species rather than this where we've not got many. Now, do you know why?
Hmm.
Shall I tell you?
Hmm.
Well, let's suppose, I don't know, let's suppose B dies out. If B dies out in this one, what happens to A? What happens to C, sorry?
C is safe.
Well, it isn't, is it? Because C eats B. Do you remember that arrow means eaten by?
Oh yeah.
B is eaten by C, so C's going to have no food, right?
Maybe you can eat A.
Now, if B dies, well, no, it can't. Maybe if B dies in this one, what happens to C here?
Um,
Is it
it
going to
will
die out?
still have food because G.
Ah, exactly. So it doesn't die out. So it makes the system more robust. In other words, it can,
Stronger.
creatures are going to survive, even though individual species might die out. The whole ecosystem, as it's called, the system of all of those species and their environment, isn't affected in such a dramatic way. All right. Okay, Alf, thank you for that. And we've had a busy night, haven't we, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. See ya.
This burp. Fist
Fist pump. See you. Bye.
bump. Bye.